Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your mid-April 2019 reading. So these are not particularly love focused or general focused. It's more just what you need to know at this time. I feel like some of you, and I don't get this for you guys. I can't think of a single time I've ever gotten this message. But I feel like you may be having some difficulty connecting to your intuition, your spirituality. I don't know exactly what that means, but like you guys are very naturally intuitive. You always have this natural knowing. And I feel like there's something going on where there's a little bit of indecisiveness or not knowing if you can or should really trust your gut at this time. So let's see if we can figure out what this is more about this. Some of you are going through some emotional discord in relationships at this time. It does not have to be a love relationship. This can be a friendship, or it can be a relationship with a family member. It just seems like there's some type of stress or strain. So with the Four of Swords here, automatically, you're wanting to make amends with someone, or they're wanting to make amends with you. This is about achieving a state of balance. So with this being your overall energy, this is something that, is predominantly what's on your mind at this time. Some of you are involved with an air sign, which is a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. They're showing up in your crowning energy. So this would be something that you're thinking about, or someone that you're thinking about. Like for some of you, this is a person that you're dealing with. For others of you, this is your state of mind. Feeling a little cloudy. Maybe questioning your judgment. It's like, there's blockages going on here. That's what I'm seeing. I'm being drawn to all of the smoke. It's like the picture is not completely clear. And I feel like that is going back related to what I was saying with the blockages with your own intuition. Or your own inner knowing. Now others of you, this is where you're feeling argumentative, or someone is feeling argumentative towards you, okay? The Princess of Swords is someone who, they're combative, they're argumentative, they're frustrated, and it's typically where someone has a lot of harsh words to say. So someone may be behaving this way towards you, or you're feeling this way. And, you may be feeling this way towards another person. Some of you feel heartbroken, okay? You may be feeling like someone is running from you. Like they're running away from you. Or like you're losing your grip on them in some type of way. A lot of you, like I said, you might be dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're showing up here in the outcome as the Prince of Cups. So this is an offer of love being made, an expression of love. But with it being the Prince, it can represent feeling vulnerable. So this is something that you want to be careful of at this time. Hold on just one moment, guys. I'm sorry. Hello? Okay, I apologize. So, showing up here in your foundation, you do have the Ten of Pentacles. This very often for me, yes, it is all about finances, but it can also be, family, just stability overall, your bank account, your assets, things of a tangible nature. is showing up in your foundation. So for a lot of you, this has been your focus, or you have a strong financial backing at this time. For some of you, there's an argument over money, okay? I definitely see that for some of you, like over where money is being spent, or someone may feel like you owe them money, or they may owe you money for some of you. With this Three of Swords showing up here in the position of yourself, as I said, some of you, you're feeling like someone has hurt you. You're feeling like someone has hurt you. And in your environment, you have the Knight of Swords. So this is a fast-moving energy. And it's like, you know, the whole runner-chaser dynamic. So it seems as though someone has hurt you and they're running off, or they're not taking responsibility for their actions. That may be why, you know, some of you, you're running someone off. You know, like if this is you and you're the one with a lot to say, you're running this person away. It's like you don't want to hear it, you don't want to negotiate. There's some confusion surrounding this as well. But with this Four of Swords here, you know, it's like you're trying to get back to a state of balance. I feel like you want things to be stable, and you don't want to deal with any complications. Like some of you, you do want to make amends with this person. Not all of you, of course, but I feel like some of you guys, you definitely do. Hence why this Prince of Cups is here. Someone is going to be expressing themselves to the other person. For some of you guys, the other person is not willing to hear it, or they're not willing to accept it. There may need to be some forgiveness here on either side. With the Three of Wands showing up in the upcoming energy, this is all about waiting. So it's like you're waiting to hear from someone, or you're waiting on someone to come back around. You may be trying to get someone to see your point of view for some of you, and it's like you're waiting on things to clear up. I feel like you're waiting on something to blow over. There may have been some type of storm here, you know, some type of argument, and you're waiting on it to pass. With the Star showing up here in your recent past, this does indicate prayer. Heavily focused on your spirituality. And I'm getting like a lot of spiritual messages here. For some of you, this is your dream state. There may be a significant dream that you've had. And I mean that as in, you know, not goals, not that, but like an actual dream while you were asleep. You may have had a premonition about something for some of you. Yeah, okay, so you are, with the Six of Wands here, you are going to have victory. Balance is going to be restored for you. Or, like I said, some of you, you are making amends with someone. With this showing up in the foundation, it's all about relationships. Again, finding a balance. Also balancing money and love. You have the Nine of Swords showing up in the crowning. So you're trying to be strong at this time. Or the person you're involved with, you know, they're being strong at this time. I feel like it's not so much putting your foot down. It's more like someone is determined that they're going to have a backbone and they're going to stand up for themselves. I do get some lashing out here. Someone is trying to get down to the truth of a matter. And you do have the Tower moment showing up here as well in the future. This doesn't always have to be, you know, something huge and explosive, but it is an eye-opening moment. You have the Knight of Discs showing up in your past. So this is, I feel like you set your sights on someone. You had a particular person in mind. You know, you're smitten with a particular person. Or, as I said, it can always go vice versa. But this is someone who, they're thinking about expansion. They're thinking about growth. And they're wondering if the grass is greener on the other side, or they're envisioning more of a future. I feel like there's something that you've been trying to envision here with a particular person. Some of you, it is where you're trying to get someone to see your goal, see your dream, you know, help you manifest something. And it may be a relationship partner where you're wanting them to be supportive. You guys are feeling a little bit vulnerable at this time. You have the Wheel of Fortune showing up here for you. So this does indicate good karma, things working out in your favor. I'm happy to see this showing up on top of this Three of Swords, because this does indicate that the energy is going to alleviate. Like, see how this is black and dreary, and then this is this bright vividness? I feel like there's a level of enlightenment that is happening here. Or there's some money coming in. It's like something is working out in your favor because of a loss that you took. Like, you may have seen something as a loss, or you wondered why it happened, or you wished it hadn't happened. But I feel like you're coming out on the other side now, and you're seeing this had to happen in order to get me in the position I am now. So something may have motivated you, or made you feel determined or driven in some type of way. Like, some of you, you're recovering from heartbreak, and instead of dwelling on it and being drawn down by it, it's actually encouraging you to put your best foot forward and focus on bettering yourself. I definitely feel that for some of you, where you're not allowing it to break you. You're not allowing it to get you down. You're making peace with a situation. Some of you, you're making peace with this person. Someone may be rushing in here and saying that they want to make amends with you. The Two of Swords is about peace of mind, but I'm also getting like something that needs to be said. A conversation here needs to be had to hash something out so that peace can be achieved. That is what I'm picking up. And you have the Ace of Cups showing up here in your outcome. So this is very positive. It is, you know, a renewal. You know, where you're revitalizing a relationship. I'm getting replenishment here. Also, some of you may be struggling a little bit with dehydration. I'm seeing this as like actual water. So you may be trying to increase your water intake at this time. You are showing up in the crowning energy. This is you. So as I said, many of you guys, this is your state of mind where you are going through a transformation. You are going through changes. You're trying to be strong. Anyone who's argumentative or combative towards you, I feel like you're ready to, it's like you're ready to remove that out of your life. And I'm not necessarily picking up toxicity. I'm picking up, like, if you have to question a person, you may be realizing that it's just better not to be involved. It's like someone has, by them withholding the truth from you, or you withholding from them, it's led up to a state of confusion. I pick up confusion here. You have the Ten of Wands in your foundation. So feeling very overwhelmed at this time. Overwhelmed with relationships and with money. Yes, I feel like you have a strong financial backing. Yes, I feel like more money is coming in. But some of you, you're taking on extra shifts. You're working overtime. It's like there's a lot going on in the work sector right now, and it's putting some stress on your relationship. At the center of your spread here, so this is all about reincarnational growth for me, maturity. And when it's showing up here with the Six of Wands, this indicates you growing. You are growing. And I feel like anyone who's lower vibrational or lesser than, and for some of you, you know, don't take this negatively, but some of you, this is yourself, where you're looking back on a situation and you're realizing where you could have handled it differently. Or you may be looking back and saying, I was very immature at this time, at that time. I'm going to change these aspects of myself, and I'm going to make up with this person. Some of you, this was a relationship that failed in the past due to immaturity. And like I said, it could have been on your part for some of you, but not all. Either way, it's showing up in the past, failure, a situation that went down the drain. And you had high hopes and high expectations for this at one point. So I feel as though it's like you're looking back and you're thinking, I was just immature at that time, or they were just immature at this time. And now maybe things are changing and maybe we can give it another chance. That's what I'm getting, another chance, a renewal, a rebirth, so to speak. With the Queen of Wands here, some of you may be involved with a fire sign, which is an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Showing up as the Queen, this is someone who's very determined, very driven, can be a little bit stubborn, but I'm picking up like a very determined person here with a lot of ideas on their mind. For some of you, you see this person as maybe a little bit intimidating, which is odd to say for you guys. You're not easily intimidated, but I feel like it's because you're smitten with someone. So it feels positive. I get like a bashful, shy type of feeling here. With the Devil showing up here, again, this indicates being heavily focused on someone, where your mind is running. I do feel a heartbreak has happened. Yes, I do. But it's like there had to be lessons learned. Something had to occur so that you could give it another chance. I feel like you still had lessons to learn, or they still had lessons to learn. So now it's like you're revisiting it and you're giving it another shot. And this is something that you're thinking about non-stop. It's like your mind is running away with you. You're thinking about time, the concept of time. Some of you are telling yourselves, my heart will heal in time. With the Hanged Man here, you're dealing with someone who is feeling indecisive. This is where we're feeling like we're in a state of limbo. And I feel that, just to be honest, for some of you, this person is indecisive on whether they can fully trust you or whether they really want to. I feel like they don't know what to say to you. It's like they want peace. But for some of you guys, someone doesn't want to bite the bullet. They don't want to say, you know what, I'm sorry. You know what, I was wrong. You know what, I didn't handle that properly. It's like someone doesn't want to own up to that. And I feel like for you, that's something that you very much need. Like you need them to just own it, and then you can move past it. So there is some stubborn hard-headedness going on here. That may be why this person is feeling, like they're in a state of limbo. You have the Nine of Pentacles showing up here in your outcome. Again, money. Finances are looking very good at this time. And I also feel like you guys are very empathetic anyway. But I feel like something is happening where you're becoming more empathetic. Like, you're starting to be able to see from another person's, like if you put yourself in another person's shoes, you're seeing a situation more clearly. And I feel like you're trying to work with them. For some of you, this person doesn't see. It's like they don't see from your perspective. And you may be the more mature one where, you can. So I feel like there's still some growth going on here. With the Prince of Wands, this is someone who is a liar. This is someone who is fake, phony, not genuine. Okay? Some of you guys, this person has caused you a great deal of stress, a great deal of anxiety, a great deal of worry. That may be, those of you that have ended this situation, that's why you ended it, because you couldn't trust them. And this is what I was saying from the beginning. You were tired of the confusion. You were tired of not knowing where you stood. It's like trying to piece together why a situation happened like it did. I feel like there's a lot of higher level thinking here. And then, as I said, a lot of you're just deciding to put an end to any person that you have to question. If you have to question their motives, if you feel cloudy or confused with them, I feel like if you don't like their aura, like simply, if you don't like their aura, then you just don't want to deal with it. Anyone who makes you question things or question them or question yourself, I feel like you're getting those people out of your life. It's like gardening. I feel like you're pulling weeds. You're pulling weeds and you're narrowing down who belongs in your life and who doesn't. And a lot of you, this person here, this person that has lied, this person that has been dishonest, that has caused you so much difficulty. I feel like, you're letting them go. So in the past here, this does indicate a sexual relationship. For some of you, this was a relationship where there was a very strong sexual chemistry, but I feel like it was friends with benefits only. Like maybe the intimacy was great, but I feel like that you weren't able to build with them financially. It's like there may have been a sexual infatuation here, and it wasn't practical, okay? And some of you hoped it would be the other way around, but I feel like it was just a sexual desire. Some of you are coming to that realization. And now, you do have stability. And I feel like you're not willing to sacrifice your financial stability for a friends with benefits relationship. Like some of you guys, this has been a serious karmic obstacle for you to overcome. Getting involved in no strings attached relationships or commitments, whatever you want to call it. Where they were based off of chemistry, based off sexual attraction, and, trying to make something out of it, like trying to make something more out of it, and then it didn't manifest. For some of you, that's happened over and over and over. So I feel like you're trying to slow down on not being so impulsive. And you guys you're not typically impulsive people. But you do have a very strong, sexual desire. That's what I'm picking up here. And this may be someone who, I feel as though, like they may have been just telling you whatever they needed to get you in their good graces because they were so attracted to you. So I'm very much getting like friends with benefits only, and then things falling through. Now for some of you, this is the person that you're making up with. You're deciding to forgive them, to let bygones be bygones, and to make amends. Others of you, I feel like it's going to be where there's no hard feelings, but you're not going to go back to being intimate with them. It's like it's not going to be like it was before. You may just decide to, say no hard feelings, no bitterness, no resentment, but things will not be like they were before. Okay? And like I said, this has been a serious obstacle for some of you to overcome. Now, this does also indicate feeling defensive, feeling like you need to stand up for yourself. Again, that gardening. I feel like you're really focused on roots at this time. Some of you are laying roots, like maybe relocating, traveling. But I feel like you're looking for partners where you can lay a foundation. Like you're trying to take a different approach. You're looking at things differently. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, finances are looking really good. A lot of you, you're telling yourself, I want someone who has a high level of income. I want someone who is going to work with me in that area. Because for some of you, this sexual relationship, they may have been great in the bedroom, but I feel like financially they didn't have it together. So, that's what's happened for some of you. The Four of Wands here, this is about stability and security. It's showing up in your environment. So this is the person that you're dealing with. Some of you, I feel like there's been an on and off situation, like where you try to get serious, you try to make it stable, you may try to move in together. It's like someone is in and out of the home. I definitely picked that up, like in and out of the home. The stability is on and off, and you guys like your stability. Although you're not earth signs, you like a routine. In your outcome here, you have the Ace of Wands. So again, communication. And this is often, something that's very creative as well, like a creative endeavor. For some of you, this is some type of sexual message, because as I said, someone is making an offer of love. It seems very emotional. Someone may be saying, I'll do better. I will get myself together financially. I will work on that area. It's like someone is trying to work with you. So I do feel, although this person has displayed these negative traits, I feel like a lot of you are willing to forgive. And you're willing to start things all over. Others of you, you're realizing that it was just a sexual situation only. And I feel like it led to nothing but pain. But it's like somehow this taught you a higher lesson. Like taking things slow. Learning how to lay the foundation of a relationship. Not to jump in too fast. Not to go off of purely sexual attraction. Purely chemistry. Those types of things. I'm going to look more on this person. You definitely have someone trying to make a comeback. Definitely. With the Queen of Swords here, this does indicate feeling exhausted and feeling tired. Some of you guys, you're going to ignore this person because you feel like they're draining to you. It's like they take a lot from you, is what I'm picking up. And I'm also seeing this as smoke. So like I said, you feel like someone has been blowing smoke. And I still pick up confusion around this person. And you're tired of trying to piece it together. So I feel like you've dropped the investigation, so to speak. And you're just trying to move forward. Some of you are like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. You want to go? Go. Like if this is someone where, it was an on and off situation and they've done that many times, I feel like you're saying, you know what, just go right ahead and let's just cut ties. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have more things to focus on with my finances, and I can find someone who shares the same goals and the same responsibilities. I don't need you. Yeah, the intimacy was great, the chemistry was great, but if you're going to be this much of a headache, then I can't deal with you. Like, that's what I feel like some of you are saying, very straight and to the point. You don't want to be confused anymore. Four of Cups, definitely money flowing in. Money flowing in. Also, be very careful of overindulgence at this time. In particular, I'm getting a message, be careful of what you're saying. I feel like there might be a tendency here for a little bit of overindulgence or a little bit of overthinking, and you may say something that you later regret. while intoxicated, or possibly even during intimacy. For some of you, someone said something, like verbally said something during sexual activity, and I feel like it was a deal breaker. Or it made you start feeling suspicious. Like something may have told you, that this person might have been being intimate with someone else, or vice versa. So you have the Chariot here. This is about relocating, travel. It does indicate victory. Okay, I feel like you're moving forward fast. I'm getting like very fast paced, quick moving. Some of you are literally like jumping in a vehicle and taking off. You may be relocating. Some of you have job offers at a distance that's going to pay very well. Okay. For some of you. And there may be like, some defensiveness over this, but not for all of you. I'm definitely getting like burning bridges. Okay. So someone has burned their bridge with you, and some of you are going to forgive and others aren't. But I feel like this person has a problem with stability. The practical things, money, assets. And you're thinking very practical and grounded at this time. Yeah, so this is all about financial difficulties, financial concerns, being worried about money. And with the Five of Swords here, this is called the defeat card in this deck. So, you're realizing that you may have been waiting around on someone, but you're having that tower moment where you're realizing that things are not going to come together in the solid, stable manner that you need them to in order for you to feel secure. And I feel like this is something you've thought about for quite some time and quite heavily. Some of you guys, I feel like you've given this a lot of thought. And it's something that, as I said, at one point, you had very high hopes and expectations. But I feel as though you're just seeing the bigger picture. And you're realizing that this person's not getting themselves together. And you don't want it to end up putting you in a difficult spot. I feel like you finally have money breaking through for you. And it's like you don't want to share. You just want someone to do their part. I feel like you don't want to carry the burden. You don't want to help out. Not to say that you're being selfish, but it's just you don't want to give anything of yours to another person. Because I feel like you've done that before. Some of you wasted a lot of money on someone. And it may have been, like I said, it turned out to just be a friends with benefits only situation. And you're like, well, that money went down the drain. So I feel like there's a lot of thinking here. A lot of you are overwhelmed with work at this time. But the financial payout is definitely worth it. I feel like there's some questioning. How am I going to handle this? How am I going to get all this done? Like there's a lot on your plate. And it seems like any relationship that's difficult or that's confusing or that you have to work at, of course every relationship we have to work at, but anything where it just seems overly strenuous, you're just deciding to cut it off. And like I said, it doesn't have to be hard feelings. I just feel like you're focused more on the betterment of yourself. And here it is, the Sun. So this is about happiness. It's about joy. And it's about clarity. So you're focused on your happiness. It is a bit of, as I said earlier, a bit of selfishness. But I don't feel that it's in a negative way. I feel like it's something that you've worked for. And, we all have to. We can't continuously sacrifice ourselves. Like some of you feel like you made a lot of sacrifices only for someone to bail on you. only for someone to run from you, to not be there for you. This is like, sticking your neck out for someone, being there for someone, and then them leaving you hanging, or them leaving you questioning what was going on. So some of you guys, it's like this person took away your peace of mind. This may have been a person that you thought they would bring you peace of mind. And then I feel like it turned out, it turned out to where it made you feel, it ended up doing the complete opposite. This is someone who's stagnant. It's like, I'm picking up an opposite where, things are going full speed ahead, and then all of a sudden it just comes to a complete halt. And you're like, what's going on here? It's creating a back and forth where it's causing your emotions to fluctuate, but more importantly, it's causing your mind to run away with you. And I feel like that is why you're deciding, you know what, I'm just going to close this out. And, if it's meant to be, it'll come back around. And if it's not, it's not. Like I said, a lot of higher level thinking here. I'm going to look more into this outcome. You do have a beautiful outcome, the Ace of Swords. So now you have both. You have 3 aces in your reading, but you have 2 aces in the outcome. So the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, coming to that final decision. A lot of you have a new career path opening, or a new relationship part. It's like someone has sparked your interest here. Definitely. And I feel like with this Ace of Swords, as I said earlier, you're gardening. You're pulling weeds. You are cutting out people who don't belong. This Ace of Wands is, it's like looking at various different paths and deciding what is best for you. There is a breakthrough here. So, again, be careful of, yes, there's an expression of love here, but be careful that it's not coming from a vulnerable position. Honestly, I don't feel like it's really you that's feeling vulnerable. I feel like you're pretty grounded and stable here. And you don't seem overly emotional or anything like that. You're just heavily thinking. I get like a serious thought process here. Again, grounded, practical thinking. So someone may be, they may be expressing themselves to you, but I feel like it's coming out of a place of vulnerability. Like they may be having financial difficulties that could be affecting their self-esteem. And I don't necessarily feel that they're trying to use or take advantage of you. I just feel more like it's something you want to be careful of, because if you reinvest in this person and then they go all wishy-washy on you again, where, like I said, one minute they're full speed ahead, the next minute it's like nothing ever happened. I'm getting like, it's like one minute you're there everything and the next minute you don't exist. That's the feeling I pick up. So, you can let them express themselves, but I feel like you're not really sure if you want to invest, if you want to go there again. So, like I said earlier, it's like you're letting bygones be bygones, but you're really just focused on your money. And some of you are very clear that you want a new love relationship partner. Actually, you have 3 aces in your outcome. So this is all about brand new, brand new, brand new. I feel like there's a lot of things you're doing differently. As I spoke of earlier, different perspective. It's like your mindset has changed. The more you've thought about something, the more your mindset has changed. You're realizing where something had to occur in order to put you in a better position or teach you a certain lesson. You know, we never know. We never understand why things happen when they do. And sometimes we see them as a loss and we're like, why did that happen? But then later down the road comes that moment when you see it and you're like, aha, I got it. I understand why that had to happen now. I feel like that's what's going on with you guys. And some of you do have someone new that is coming into the picture. I feel like there's an interest here. So you may start communicating with someone new. With the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like this person, you're looking for someone who does well off financially, because a lot of you, you're finally doing well financially. Be careful of anyone trying to pour out their emotions to you to try and benefit from you financially. That's a warning here for some of you. There's a lot here in your whole spread about combining love and money. It seems as though that's been a reoccurring karmic obstacle, and you're coming to a clarity moment where you're saying, you know, I need both. I need a partner that can do both, where they're emotionally supportive, but they're also contributing financially. Like you're wanting balance, just overall. So be careful. Like I said, this is a vulnerable expression, and it looks like money is going very well for you. Some of you, you know, like I said, you may listen to this person, but I feel like you may not take them seriously, or you're just going to listen and hear them out, but you're not really going to invest in it. You're already clear that you want to start all over. Yeah, definitely messages coming in. Definitely communication. Some of you is through some type of social media platform. Others, of course, you know, phone, text, something like that. But this is very often like online communication. So you definitely have messages coming in. Yeah, messages of love. Or you're sending messages of love. But again, here with this Queen of Disc, this is someone who's all in their head. They're you know, heavily thinking, and it's where we're turning a blind eye to a situation, or we're ignoring someone, we're not responding. And like I said, I don't feel it's necessarily bitter or resentful. I just feel like you're doing what's best for you. So someone is, you know, like saying, I want to make things work. I want to smooth it over. I want to make amends. And the other person is like, I'm not really sure. So this is where you're adding things up in your head, and you're calculating. You're thinking very seriously. So someone is putting something out on the table. And, you know, some of you are going to take it. Some of you are not. I feel like most of you are, it's like you're going to hold off. You're going to hold off for a little bit before you even respond to them, because you want to make sure that it is a final answer. I feel like you're done playing games. You're done with the back and forth. This whole back and forth thing that they've done, I feel like you're just over that. You are reaching a higher level of success with your money. And I feel like you're needing someone more responsible, okay? So you're taking your time. You're really thinking things through here, Scorpios. It seems like a very serious month for you guys. But, you know, again, you're focused on your happiness and what's best for you. You're not going to sacrifice yourself any longer. Okay, you guys, I will see you in the month of May.